Hello, Patriot Contraptions here today, and we'll be continuing our leatherwork theme as I go ahead and build a tape measure pouch for my tape measure, or kind of a tool belt utility pouch. You could hold your tape measure in this, or theoretically with a couple modifications, any other piece of equipment you might need. So for a start, I took a piece of scrap leather about 6.5 inches wide by 8 inches that I got at a local hobby store that's closed on Sunday. And these scrap leather pieces come in giant bags, so you get a ton for the money, which is what keeps the cost of this build so low. So I can build not only this, but also parts of holsters and anything else I'd like to build from the scrap leather. So next up, now that we have our ruler sitting, or our tape measure, sitting on top of our leather, I proceeded to fold the leather over till it came up just over the halfway point on the tape measure. At this point, I determined that 1.5 inches would be the ideal thickness for the leather strips holding the tape measure, and measured a 1.5 inch strip down from the top of the tape measure, or the top of the leather, and then placed a piece of tape across it. I then proceeded to find the center of this leather strip and create another 1.5 inch strip perpendicular to it that came down to the bottom of the folded over leather. I then cut out the leather sheet while it was folded over to create a giant I shape, with the top being a lot longer than the bottom. This will be the fold over part as shown here in this mock-up of the tape measure. The strap to hold the tape measure in is simply one of the side pieces I took from the eye when I cut it out. Next up, I simply drilled holes using about a 1/4 inch drill bit for the rivets to go through to hold the straps together, and then placed 2 rivets in place without fastening them, so I could do another mock-up and check to make sure everything was in the right positions. I then proceeded to fasten the rivets down with my homemade rivet anvil, made from 2 simple pieces of wood, which I then drilled out with a 3/4 inch drill bit just below the surface so that they wouldn't flatten the rivets when I placed them in, since I am using double cap rivets in this video. The reason I chose these double cap rivets is because they're smooth and polished on both sides, and thus add a nice finished look to the holster when completed. For the last step in completing this project, therefore, I simply took and cut 2 parallel slits in the top part of the holster. This allowed me to slide my belt through and hold it securely to my waist for when I was working. This concludes this video. To see more like it, please subscribe to my channel for the latest content. And also, be sure to check out my other videos on how to build a leather cowboy holster for $10, and also how to paint flames on your cardboard boat or whatever else you happen to be painting flames on. As always, have a fantastic day. Patriot Contraptions, signing out.